Hi guys, welcome to my channel and another new in Asda video for 2024. It's the morning. I need coffee to function, so I'm making myself film a taste test just because I need the coffee. Caramel waffle latte from Asda. Caramel waffle flavour latte powdered drink with instant coffee and finely ground roasted coffee. So it says use 4 to 5 teaspoons or approximately 18 grams and add 200 ml of hot water. If you want to make it more indulgent, you can make it with milk instead, or you can just add milk and sugar to taste. I have no idea if I put 18 grams in the mug or not. I put in 4 heaped teaspoons. I just made it with water. It is definitely more than 200 mils because I've done hot chocolate videos on here. You know how little 200 mils of milk actually is. So 200 mils of water is not enough coffee for me. Here is one I prepared earlier. It does smell like waffles, which is interesting considering it's coffee. It's an unusual flavour. It does taste quite thin and watery. Might be my fault for the amount of water that I put in. However, if I want a coffee, I want a full mug. I don't want a half full mug. It does have an underlying taste that seems quite sweet and synthetic. It's nice, but I don't think I'll be swapping my Starbucks sachets or the Costa ones you can see in the background for this. However, I'm glad I tried it. I do like it, but probably just a one-off purchase for me. 2 new products. We have their Araba Arini, which have aubergines in, and 4 vintage cheddar and shallot rolls, no meat. So you can eat them cold, I guess. These are White Farm vintage cheddar cheese with sweet sautéed shallots and caramelised onions wrapped in our all butter flaky puff pastry. You do have to heat these up. You heat these up as well. Cooked arborio and white rice, tomato, extra mature cheddar and mozzarella cheeses with red chilli, coated in breadcrumbs. Red chilli. Oh well, too late now. I'm going to try them for you guys. The arancini, which smell quite bready, is the best way to describe it. I have let them cool down a bit. These are actually a lot nicer than I was expecting. The chili flavour is a very mild heat in your mouth. It comes through more as an aftertaste. The aubergine goes so well and adds a bit of crunch to the texture. The breadcrumbs are also crunchy. Like them, wouldn't have them again because it's just not something I would tend to eat. But if you're doing some sort of buffet or barbecue or something like that, these could be a nice alternative. Let's see what I think of these. Now, it didn't say on the pack that you can eat them from chilled, so I'm guessing heating them up is the way you're supposed to eat them. And from the sounds of the filling, they'd be better eaten hot than cold. They smell very much like a sort of a cheese and onion. The pastry on this one is crispy. It's crispy on this one as well, though it is lighter underneath. So hopefully I've let them cool down long enough. You can see some of the filling there. I like these a lot. I wouldn't get them again because, again, not something I would eat that often. But as far as sort of picnic food, buffet food, all of that goes, these could be a really good vegetarian option. Or if you're like me, you don't really like sausages. I do like them. I would recommend them. I won't be buying them again simply because they're not my thing, but I'll enjoy the ones I do have. A flaky pastry. The filling isn't dry. It's buttery. It's cheesy. There's some onion in there as well. A lot of different flavours and textures going on. Well done, Asda. For those of you who don't know, I get my Asda shopping through online delivery, and for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think, I've been trying to get my hands on these lemon and white chocolate cookies, and finally I've got some. 5 cookies with white chocolate chips and lemon peel. They look good. They've got a lovely, delicate lemon smell, and I think they've got that nice chewy texture that I like in a supermarket cookie. I'm going to go straight for the middle. These are so good. The white chocolate is creamy and sweet. The lemon is sour but not overpowering, and the texture of the cookie itself is lovely and crumbly, but it does have that slight chewiness I like. I really like these. I might get them again. White chocolate and caramelised biscuit cheesecake slices. Well, it came out of the pack okay, and you can see it's a good ratio of topping to base, at least in my opinion. The base is good and crunchy. The cream cheese filling is creamy. I'd say the taste of the top is more cinnamon than caramelised biscuit. There's maybe the tiniest hint of the biscuit, but the cinnamon overwhelms it. It's nice, but I think the recipe could be tweaked a bit to make it truly delicious. I won't be having it again, and I wouldn't really recommend it. I don't feel the flavour lives up to what it's supposed to be. So yeah, sorry Asda. 2 short crust pastry tarts with a caramel filling, topped with stabilised whipped cream and milk chocolate shavings. This thing is big. They do come in silver pastry cases. I've taken it out, and as you can see, it's holding together. So good. The pastry is quite dry, but the whipped cream and the caramel are not. The cream is creamy, and that caramel is also creamy and sweet. It's delicious. I would have them again, and I'd recommend them to you guys. Definitely need a plate though. Here I have the birthday cake muffin from Asda. A vanilla flavour muffin filled with strawberry jam, topped with white icing and sugar strands. I've sliced it in half so that you can see the inside, and it comes in rainbow paper. It feels like a nice light muffin. The jam doesn't look to be too much. Good vanilla flavour. The jam complements it. The icing is soft and you get a crunch from the sugar strands. Probably not one I'd get again. I'm not a fan of hundreds and thousands, but it's a very nice muffin, so I can recommend it. Next, I have these gingerbread latte flavour plats from Asda. Danish pastry plat filled with a gingerbread latte flavour filling, topped with a something crumb and glaze. I'm not sure what that's meant to be. It's worn off the writing. It definitely smells good. It has got a gingerbread coffee smell to it, and it looks pretty good to me as well. Best before date of today, delivered by Asda about 5 minutes ago. Very dry, which is a shame. That gingerbread flavour is delicious. It's not overwhelming. The latte flavour is not as strong as the gingerbread, and you get the lovely textures from the crumb and the fruit in it. I think if it was freshly baked, or better baked, it would be much nicer. I've no way of knowing if these were baked today or yesterday. I wouldn't get them again based on this one. It's just too dry, but the flavour is really good.
Exceptional 4 toffee apple spiced crumble tarts. With a British toffee and apple filling and topped with a spiced pecan crumble. It's okay, I like pecans. And sweet dusting.
And here is one of those apple crumble pies. Good colour, holds together well. You can't eat them hot. At least it doesn't advise doing so on the packaging. But, you know, heat at your own risk, I suppose. Absolutely delicious. The pastry is lovely and short. You get a sweetness, but a sourness from the apple. The pecans add texture and crunch more than flavour. And the spice isn't too intense. It comes through more as an aftertaste. Really good. I would definitely get them again. I would recommend them. I'm going to be concluding this taste test with this pair of items. So I'm going to start with a chunky duo chocolate cookie. Deliciously sweet cookies filled with chunks of milk and white chocolate. They look decent enough, good thickness, look to be plenty of chocolate chunks in it. I should have got a plate, shouldn't I? Never learn. Nice, not amazing. The cookie itself has a nice enough texture for a shop bought cookie. It's not chewy, wouldn't expect it to be. The milk and white chocolate chips, you can taste both of them. They are nice and creamy. I like it, I don't love it, and I wouldn't buy them again, but that's because a chocolate chip cookie is not my personal preference. I'm a caramel girl, so that's what I tend to go for. However, a good thickness, a good crunch. It's really satisfying to sink your teeth into them because they are nice and thick, and it is a good texture, good crunch. They would probably be pretty amazing for dunking. I'm not a dunker though, so probably not the best person to take advice from on what biscuits are best for that. But not something I personally would buy again, just because a chocolate chip cookie is not my personal choice, but they are good and I can recommend them to you if it's your thing. Exceptional Mocha Pancakes. 4 buttermilk pancakes with dark chocolate chips and coffee powder. You can heat them under the grill, but I'm just going to try one straight out the packet. I'm too impatient to heat it up. So you can see some chocolate chips, but it looks very much like an ordinary pancake. That coffee smell though is absolutely hit you in the face. Super strong. I'm slightly apprehensive. The coffee taste is way more subtle than I would expect from the smell of them. They do taste kind of creamy. And it's a nice mocha flavour. I actually like them, however, I'm a bit stumped as to how I would serve them. I mean, I guess you could put butter on them. I don't know if I would want something like Biscoff with coffee. But then I did have Biscoff with mushrooms, so you never know. Not something I would buy again, but if you do like a mocha and you're looking for something a little different, these could be a winner. Well guys, that concludes this new in Asda taste test. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you may as well if you've made it this far. You know, it helps me, it's free for you. Best way to support small creators like myself. As ever, take care and I really hope to see you back for the next video. Bye.